Hi and welcome to Sports Talk with Billy Petty. This show is presented by Petty Sports. We may be small, but we're on the ball. Welcome to today's show. We got a lot in store today, including Cliff Lee signing with the Phillies, Brett Favre, his streak ending at 297 games, and the Yankees can't get Cliff Lee. A bunch of other things that I have to go over with. But I'm going to start with Cliff Lee signing. Happened around 12 o'clock, 12:30 last night. The Phillies went out and signed Cliff Lee, okay, for 5 years, 130 and 120 million dollars. And the thing about this is that he passed up deals that would have been a lot more money in a lot more years. With the Yankees, he would have gotten 6 years, 138 million dollars, and same thing with the Rangers. The Rangers actually offered him a little bit more, but he loved Philadelphia and his like half a season there so much that he just couldn't pass that up. And off at, and with the incident with the wife in the stands at Yankee Stadium and stuff, it doesn't help. I mean, you can thank yourselves for not getting Cliff Lee, Yankees fans. I mean, basically, you're the primary reason why. And another reason is that Cliff Lee just loves the Phillies so much. Um, well, if you look at their rotation right now, they have two Cy Young Award winners in the top two. By far, they have the best rotation in the whole Major Leagues, probably the Major League Baseball history. It goes Halladay, Lee, Oswalt, Hamels, and then Blanton. Now, there's talk that the Phillies have a lot caught up in their salary, and this definitely could be a reason why they let Jason Worth go. But to free up some of the salary to go get Cliff Lee. But they're starting to look like a little bit like the '94 Braves, how they stacked up on pitching. You know, they won the World Series that year, the Braves did. But they stack up on pitching, and they don't worry too much about the hitting, and it pays off for them. And that's what the Phillies are doing right now. They still have a good lineup, but as I've said before, their time to win is now. And if they have to get the pieces to win now. They can't be trading for prospects and different things like that. They have to get the players to win now. Everybody in their lineup is at least 30 years old. Jimmy Rollins is 33, 34, and that goes through the whole entire lineup. They don't have really any guys who are in their 20s. Therefore, if they're going to win it again, they have to win it in these next couple of years, and that's why they're getting these types of players. They're getting Lee, they're getting Halladay, they're getting Oswalt. I mean, those are Lee and Halladay are the two best pitchers in the game. There's no doubt about that. And Oswalt is a ace, and Amos is a ace to a number two starter, basically. But those are four guys that you can't match with any other rotation in the whole entire league. Well, that's a really big deal, and the Yankees and the Rangers don't get him. I think they can basically try to go out and get Zach Greinke now. But in order to get Zach Greinke, you're really going to need to trade away a lot of prospects, because that's what the Royals want. They want to build up their farm system. They're for the future. Opposed to the Phillies being right now, they want to win right now. The Royals are in the future, and they're going to want a lot of prospects. And the Yankees have those prospects, and I think they could get that deal done. If you look at the Yankees rotation, Pettit may not come back this year, and if he doesn't come back, they're in trouble, because they got the number one is CC Sabathia, the number two is Phil Hughes. That's a pretty good one too. And then three is AJ Burnett, but I call him AJ Burnout. And that's not a very. And then after that, it's just I don't even know who's the rest. I think it's like I'm not sure, but they have to go out and get Zach Greinke if they want to contend in that AL East. Now, one of those teams will get the wild card, either the Red Sox or the Yankees, but I'm leaning a lot towards the Yankees getting the wild card and the Red Sox taking the division. The Rays don't really have a shot, in my opinion. Now, another news, I don't know if you heard about it, but Brett Favre's streak at 297 games is over on consecutive games played. He's played since 1992, his first game against the Pittsburgh Steelers, and Ever since then, every Sunday he's dressed up and he's played, either whether it was with the Packers, the Jets, or the Vikings. He's played every game except last night, where he broke the record of 297 games. I knew it was already broken, but it's a shame that he couldn't get to 300. But I really have a lot of respect for him after what he did, because he could just go in there and take one snap and then that's a game. He can keep doing that if he really wanted to, but he did the right thing. He put the team before himself, and I gained a lot of respect for him. He's a terrific player, and I really haven't lost any respect for him since all the drama over the past 2-3 years. Should I come back? Should I not? No, I really haven't lost a lot of respect like other people have. I think he's a great player. He's one of the best quarterbacks of all time. And it was funny because I thought maybe he was going to end up playing, because the Minnesota roof collapsed on Sunday that prevented the Vikings and Giants to play their game. By the way, the Giants did win that game. I don't know the final score, but they did win that game yesterday, and the score was 21-3 Giants, and it just wasn't really close. Javaris Jackson didn't play very great game. He had a couple picks, and it shows how good of a player Favre is. And I just really appreciate what he's done. And this is definitely going to be his last year. Okay. In other news, we got Tashard Choice going over and getting his glove signed, I'm pretty sure it was, by Michael Vick. Now, a lot of people have a problem with this. It's not the right time, it's not the right place. Well, I don't have a problem. I really don't have a problem with what he did. He didn't do anything wrong, it's not illegal. It's after the game, it's not before the game. If it is before the game, then there's a little problem. Because you're worried about, I gotta get a signature. But, after the game, he respects him enough. I mean, I think they were close friends, I think I heard, like back in college and stuff. And he just really appreciates what Michael Vick has done ever since he's gotten out of prison a couple years ago. And other people have a problem with it, and I really don't. If it's before a game, then you can't be worried about getting a guy's signature. You have to be worried about playing the game that you're going to play. Now, it definitely would have been better if the Cowboys won. People wouldn't have been talking about it as much. But I don't really see why people complain about it so much and make it such a big deal. I don't really understand that. Okay. In other news, the Baltimore Ravens beat the Houston Texans last night in Monday Night Football, as well as the other game being played in Detroit. They beat them 34-28. And this game went into overtime. Now, I saw the highlights of it this morning, and Baltimore was winning big, right? And then Houston came all the way back, and they scored a touchdown. It's 28-26, and they went for two. And there was a great catch by a Texans receiver that gave them the tie. So it tied it up. It's 28-28. And even better, the Texans get the ball in overtime. They get the ball in overtime. We're going to go right down and score. What do they do? First throw, Matt Schaub throws an interception to a defensive back, and the Ravens guy takes it in the end zone for a touchdown, and the game is over. How disappointing is that for the Texans? Because they really needed that win. If they didn't get that win, which they didn't, they don't have a shot to the playoffs now. They don't. They had a little bit of a chance, and they needed other teams to lose, but now that they lost last night, it's over, and it's a big win for Baltimore, because if they lost this game, they really fall behind in Pittsburgh. And chances are I might see them getting the wild card now because of what the Jets are doing. They're really falling behind. And enough with the humor with Rex Ryan. It's time to get down to business. It really is. I'm gonna, I buried the ball because I want to put it. And sometimes it's alright, but after a loss, you have to be all business. You have to be all business. You're getting paid to do this. Okay? You're getting paid. Everything is not a joke. And everything is to Rex Ryan. To an extent, it's alright, but you don't keep going on. There's a time where it can be funny and a time where you really can't be funny. and really wasn't time to be funny there after the loss. And it really kills the Jets because it puts them 2 or 3 games behind the Patriots now. And the Patriots won in Chicago, of course. I don't even want to talk about it. I can't stand the Patriots. I hate them. Whatever, they won in Chicago and they're going to make the playoffs. Best team ever. What they do. I don't even care. Well, the Steelers won in other news. The Steelers. Yep. What else do we got? The Redskins game. Tampa Bay Buccaneers at the Washington Redskins. 7 seconds to go. Donovan McNabb drops back. Looks. Throws. Touchdown to, oh God, I didn't even know his name. Santana Moss. And, it makes it 17-16, right? All they gotta do is make the extra point. Make the extra point, and we're going into overtime. Right? Looks like Tony Romo out there. Drops the ball, the game's over, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers win, and that was it. Oh boy, it was disappointing for the Redskins, but we can't really mess that up. Well, it was wet, it was muddy. There's no excuses in the game, in any sport. There's no excuses. If you're injured, you can't say that's an excuse because then you shouldn't even be on the field. If we look at the standings now, basically Philadelphia and the Giants are tied at 9-4. St. Louis and Seattle are at 6-7 in the West. They're tied, but I really see San Francisco coming from behind. They're at 5-8, and they really have a shot to go. Heck, the Arizona Cardinals are 4-9, and they have a chance to win that division. That division is so messed up, it's a little ridiculous. It is. Because a team that's going to go with a winning record is going to not make the playoffs, but a team with the 500 record or even worse is going to make the playoffs. It's not really how it's supposed to work. It does work, and that's why I have divisions, but it's not really how it's supposed to work. Chicago leaves a game up on Green Bay after they won. Green Bay, they lost against the Lions. How do you lose against the Lions? Well, Aaron Rodgers got knocked out early with concussion. And that was basically it after that. They only scored 3 points in the whole game. And they got beat 10-3. Atlanta holds a 1-game lead over the Saints in that division. And I see whatever team comes out of the East is the second place team in the East is not going to get the wild card. It'll definitely be out of the South with the Saints. They'll end up getting that. But if you want to hear my prediction right now, personally, in the NFC Championship, it's the Green Bay Packers and the Atlanta Falcons, and then Patriots and Steelers in the AFC side, and then it'll be Steelers and Packers. Steelers and Packers. My 2 favorite teams, and you already know who's coming out on top, so I don't have to say that. Well, I'm running short on time. The Yankees went out and got Russell Martin, catcher from the Los Angeles Dodgers. So he signed a contract with the Yankees. So even after losing Cliff Lee, he still gets back. The Yankees still get Russell Martin, catcher, because Jorge Posada is getting a little old. Well, I'll be back on Thursday with another show. I'll recap whatever's happening in sports, and please rate, reviews, and comments, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.